So now we turn to the problem of dividing things with exponents. I have, in this problem, the fraction involving the number 5, 5 raised to the 5th power over 5 to the 2nd. Now in the case of 5 being a number, we could go ahead and just work that out. Right, so we could go either by hand or on a calculator, probably just as quick to go on a calculator or a lot quicker on a calculator. And we could work out 5 to the 5th. 5 to the 5th is 3,125. We could also, in the bottom, work out 5 to the 2nd. It's 5 times 5, that's 25. And then we want to simplify this expression. So we can just punch into a calculator, 3125 divided by 25. We get the answer 125. And that's all well and good if we're dealing with just a number. But if, on the other hand, we're dealing with a variable, we can't do that. So we want to get a little understanding of what's actually going on here. So another way to think of that is we could write the top down as 5 multiplied out 5 times. The 5 squared in the bottom we can write down as 5 times 5 twice. And then we have a fraction, and remember, a fraction we can cancel out common stuff in the top and bottom. And so that's what we do. We take the 2 5s in the bottom, cancel them out with 2 of them in the top, and then that leaves us with a 5 to the 3rd, which if you punch that into a calculator is the same as 125. And so we can see that we can cancel out those common factors. Let's turn to a second example here. E to the 8th divided by e to the 4th. E to the 8th divided by e to the 4th. Be careful here, you don't divide by 8 by 2, or 8 by 4 to get 2. Right? These are not numbers, these are exponents. What we can do, though, is write out the e to the 8th as e times itself 8 times. In the bottom, we can write the e to the 4th down as e times itself 4 times. And then we can go through and say, hey, I have 4 of them in the bottom that can cancel with 4 of them in the top. And so we realize that we have 4 left, so we have an answer of e to the 4th. And hopefully now you're starting to kind of see the pattern for how dividing exponents works. So we're going to turn to a bigger example, one where I certainly do not want to write it out after the 32nd over after the 23. That would take forever, and I might even miscount or something. But realizing what just happened in the 2 examples above, we can say, hey, we know how to handle this. We just need to subtract the number of things in the bottom, take them away, in other words, from the number of things in the top. And so 32 minus 23 would give us f raised to the 9th power. F raised to the 9th power. And we're going to stop here in this video. In the next video, we're going to summarize what we've just discovered in these 3 examples, this idea of subtracting the exponents.